Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to Reentry, an Orbital simulator. This game is actually backed by popular demand. There's actually a bunch of you in the comments that said you wanted to see this game again. And I kind of do enjoy it, even though it is a little bit like overwhelming and a lot to take in. But we're going to continue on with the Academy today for Project Apollo. One thing I have decided to do is we're going to run through all of the Academy, basically. We're going to run through Apollo, Gemini, and Mercury. As you can see, there's 7 lessons. Then there's an exam. And there's Project Gemini with the exam. And then Project Apollo with the exam. We're going to run through all of these missions, or the Academy, and then we'll do the same thing. Or we'll kind of go through all of the Academy, and then we'll do the exams at the end, and then we'll also do like the missions and the campaign and stuff. This game is going to be like a mix of videos and streams and everything that I'm kind of starting to do, because I kind of do want to get into this game a little bit more and kind of learn it and everything. Since it is still in pre-alpha stage, you'll probably get a lot better. So we're going to get into the Academy right now. Let's go to Apollo. We finished lesson 2 in the last one. Let's go to electricity. The electrical power substation subsystem consists of the systems, reactants, and equipment required to provide electrical power on board the spacecraft. Main power sources are 3 fuel cells, 3 batteries, and 2 pyro batteries. Power is distributed through several DC and AC buses. So go ahead and launch that. Alright, so we're preparing the cockpit state again. Loading times are still kind of, whatchamacallit. Loading times are still long in this game, but good morning and welcome to the basic electrical power substation EPS lesson. Please read the EPS chapter in the Apollo flight manual for more details. Roger. Most of the components in the Apollo spacecraft requires power, so it's very important to understand how the electrical systems work. First of all, the electrical power in the Apollo spacecraft comes from 2 sources, fuel cells and batteries. 3 fuel cells located in the service module is primary power source, while 3 batteries located in the command is backup, which makes sense. In addition, 2 pyro batteries operate all systems that require pyrotechnique, explosives, cover, staging, docking, ring, etc. Both direct current and alternating current AC is available. DC is generated from the fuel cells and batteries directly, while AC is generated through 3 inverters. Blah, 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 blah. You can sit here and read through all this. I'm just going to kind of skim through it a little bit, just so we're not sitting here reading this the entire time. If you want, you can pause the video and read it. That's up to you. We're just kind of going to skim through it a little bit. Cool. So we gotta go there, so we're gonna go to the commander seat, ain't it? No, it's lunar module pilot seat. There it is. 3. I don't even see it at 3. That's the thing. MNA position. Okay. Roger. The fuel cell indicator rotational knob is used to monitor each fuel. Set this fuel cell to 3. There we go. Roger. Fuel cell gauge above this. Show the fuel cell indicators, which I'm guessing it's these. Both the temperatures and the flow rate. Okay. Okay. Oh, no, I want you at A. Where's this one at? Roger. This game is still really confusing with key bindings and stuff. Fuel cell 3. There it is. Hit the DC amps gauge. It should now show 0. There's no load on it. Yep, it is at 0. Heaters and fan switches are MDC to control these. They can either be auto on or off. Set the O2 heaters to off. Right there. There we go. Let's turn off the heater. You control the others while using these switches. Awesome. The 3 fuel cell reactant switches on MDC-3 are used to open or close reactant valves to each fuel cell. They are open during pre-launch. If they are closed or in the flight, respective fuel cell is shut down. The ways of restarting them in flight. Talkback, blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and read through all that. If y'all want to pause the video, if you guys do end up picking up this game as well, so. It's just too much to talk about all in one, and it keeps going. It keeps going on and on and on, so. Mission accomplished. So that's basically it for that one. It was a pretty simple one. We do have mission accomplished, which is a nice thing. There we go. We'll save. And we'll end the session. To the Academy of Project Apollo. Got a 3-star. This one we still have to finish because apparently whenever I was doing it, I accidentally canceled it in the middle of being up in the air, which was my fault. So we're going to have to redo that one as well. We're going to have to redo this one and this one. But it's not going to be for video. That's going to be for me. So let's go ahead and get into lesson 4, the RCS. Launch that bad boy. Alright, so welcome to the RCS lesson. The reaction control system is a set of systems that control the jet thrusters used to maneuver the spacecraft in orbit. Service module RCS system is primarily used throughout the mission until CM-SM separation. SM-RCS system consists of 4 identical packages, quads located in the SM. Each pack is distributed 90 degrees apart from each other. Each package has 4 jets thrusters that can be fired. Each pack is named A, B, C, D, and E. Each thruster is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Jet can be referred to as example D3, meaning jet 3 on quad D. In addition, each quad has its own propulsion system. Helium is used to pressurize quads so fuel oxidizer gets mixed and ignite. Helium tanks exist in such quad, as well as 2 propulsion systems to use as jets on a quad. The helium valves need to be open, as well as propulsion system. I can't say that word for Christ's sake. 8 switches on MDC-2 control the helium valves in each quad. Helium surrounds a bladder with propellant. There is 1 switch per quad per helium system. Set the SM-RCS helium 1 quad D switch up to the up position. This will open up helium 1 valve in quad D. So they want that in the up position. Talkback indicator indicates gray if the valve is open. Okay. Set to the down position. Roger, the system propellant works the same way using the 8 switch just below the helium controls. Each quad can monitor using RCS, rotate the MDC-2. Roger. System engager and to monitor the quads between the CM systems. Set it down. Alright. Heaters are used to increase in the temperature if they've been auto or low temperature. Command switch modules 12 thrusters and provides altitude control of the spacecraft. 2 redundant system names 1 and 2 are used to control the 12 thrusters. As with the SM-RCS system, helium is used to pressurize the systems. Set the CM-RCS press switch to the up position to pressurize the CM-RCS thrusters. Then the CM-RCS propellant system needs to be pressurized. This is done with the 2 CM-RCS propellant switches. Set CM-RCS propellant up to 1. Notice that the propellant system 1 is now pressurized by the talkback indicator. Last thing needed to enable the CM-RCS logic. This is automatically done during SM-CM operation if the CM-RCS logic MDC-1 is enabled. If not, set the RCS transfer switch to the use the CM-RCS thruster, set it to up. Okay. Now the spacecraft is configured. It's good in case of emergencies or essential separation. Each thruster has a direct and automated coil. Automatic coil is powered by either M&A or M&D and is configured by the 16 switches on panel 8. Auto is using a system named the RJEC to control the thrusters. RJ, reaction jet and engine on-off control, is used by SES and CMC to trigger the right thrusters based on commands from the control sticks of the digital autopilot CMC. If direct coils are controlled directly from stick input enabled by passing electrical control systems. I'm not going to sit here and read through all this again, just kind of do that. We have completed the lesson. Awesome. So the first one I've noticed is the longest one. These are actually not that long, probably until we get to like the exam and everything. But I'm gonna have to go through everything again before we do the exam. So yeah, I feel like I'm gonna finish up the academy through streams. So like Project Mercury is gonna be its own stream. Project Gemini will be probably its own stream, or I could probably try to do it into 2 streams. I don't know. We'll figure that one out later. The computer is a highly sophisticated digital computer system used on board the Apollo spacecraft and the lunar module. It is used for computation as an electric interfaces for guidance, navigation, and control of the spacecraft. Let's go ahead and do that one real quick. These long-ass loading times. Good morning, yoadrian. In today's lesson, we will learn about the Apollo guidance computer, AGC, and how to interact with it. First of all, it is a highly sophisticated digital control computer used on board the Apollo spacecraft and in the lunar module. It provides computation and electric interfaces for guidance, navigation, and control of the spacecraft, mostly used in phase of the mission, with the last programs using Reentry. You communicate with it by using a numeric display and keyboard called the DSKY, display and keyboard pronounced DISKY, located on NBC2. DISKY has an array of buttons and lights in addition to the main display. Controlled by verbs and nouns, and they are entered numerically as 2-digit numbers. Okay? Verb is an action that is to be performed, like changing the mission program, monitor data, change data, etc. A noun is location. Register the verb is being performed. For example, if the flight crew wish to run major mode 11, they enter verb 37. That means action, change program, major mode, and noun 11 means program 11. AGC can run one major mode at the time. These are major programs and referred to as a 2-digit number. The major mode currently in use is displayed by the program indicator on the display. Reentry Apollo Flight Manual has a complete overview of the available verbs, nouns, and programs supported in reentry. Major mode can be, for example, used to prepare and execute the TLI burn, set up an SPS burn monitor, and handle setup, ascent, etc. Try to use a computer. First of all, press V to open the view selector and press computer to move to the view of AGC, or press F11. Okay? Now we set the computer to major mode 1, program 1. This is used to prepare the IMU for launch. Select by pressing verb, and press 3, and then 7. This is kind of what we did in the first episode we did. Enter, 0, and 1. And hit enter. Now the computer is running program 1 as indicated by the program digits on the display. The no ATT warning light illuminates, meaning that the IMU isn't providing an altitude, is currently aligning itself. If the arrow rotates the configured launch altitude when complete, program 1 will automatically change to program 2. I'm not going to sit here read through all this. Probably do need to do that for the exam, but it's just a lot to take in. And look, we are done. We are done. I guarantee you, once we do start doing the exam and everything, it's going to be a heck of a time, just because I'm still like... Okay, so we'll just end the session then, I guess, since you can't really save it, but it should show up as we finished it. Yeah. Just these two I still have to do. So we do service propulsion. Do large delta V changes when in orbit, huge ball-shaped engine, and service module nodule for the system. Alright, so preparing that cockpit state once again. Welcome to SPS, yoadrian. In today's lesson we will learn about the SPS. You're currently in a stable orbit around Earth, still attached to the SIVB launch vehicle. We will first attach from the SIVB and look at the system to control the SPS. This will go through basic operations. I recommend checking the flight manual for details. Separate from the SIVB, all we need to do is press the CML separate push button on the MC1. It is covered. Button C, you need to open it for press the cover first. Ready from the launching vehicle. Awesome. Go to the external view. Looks like we have. Inventory we're sufficient. Go back in the cockpit. We can look at the different systems needed to operate and check the SPS. Okay. SPS is a helium pressurized helium pressurization system, a propellant feed system, a propellant gauging and utilization system, and a rocket engine. Okay. Yeah, so it's... Okay, so that's all the way over here at the lunar module pilot seat. So they want that down. Cool. The SPS HE valve talkback indicator shows if helium valves are open, gray, or closed, barber pole. So it's closed right now. Set on and notice the valve is open. Yep. Set it back to auto. Okay. Auto will control the valves automatically by the thrust on-off logic and is in the normal position. Above the controls you will find the PUG system just below the SPS quantity label. PUGs are propellant utilization engaging subsystems used to monitor the propellant. SPS has a normal ratio of fuel oxidizer at 1:1:6 initially. When both the fuel and the oxidizer levels are the same, the system is balanced. Okay. System reads 0, system is balanced. If a ratio between oxygen and fuel percentage above unbalanced, these will indicate a valve on either the INCR or DECR side. Okay. Okay. I mean, this kind of makes sense a little bit. Yeah. SPS and trace at the right of the NCLHC status. The HEN2 line can be selected using the SPS press and switch and control temperature, helium and nitrogen levels, and fuel oxidizer level. Set this to 2 and B down position. Most of the controls ignite the SPS engines located on MDC-1. Okay. Either both the A and B SPS injector valve systems need to be armed to ignite the engine. Roger. Roger. I don't know where I'm supposed to go to ignite it, because it doesn't really show me anywhere. Unless I'm just kind of missing it. Let's try going down a panel. Oh, we can't. There's nothing here, that's right. Aha! There it is. 100 doing a PSI burn. If it is less than 50, fuel might be floating around the tank due to free fall gravity. Therefore, igniting the engine propellant needs to be settled down in the tanks. Done using direct ullage button on the MDC-1. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Secondary methods is the SCS and SCE AV mode. Oh. Congratulations. Okay. So we're learning. Hopefully the test ain't gonna be too hard. Save. Saved it. Awesome. So the Academy, back to Apollo. We've gone through that. Computers used to maneuver the spacecraft. We'll look at how to do this. We'll learn how to read, monitor, and write the AGC memory, and how to orient the spacecraft using the PGNCS. Awesome. Alright, back in the current cockpit state. Welcome to the auto maneuver lesson. In this lesson, we'll go deeper in using the AGC, how to orient the spacecraft using the PGNCS. First of all, separate the S. Press set. We gotta separate. Actually, let's see what it looks like. See, we do that, and then we go back into like commander seat. We separate, and we separated. Which I gotta say, that actually does look pretty cool. Alright, so first of all, we're gonna have to separate, which we did. CSM is now free from the launch vehicle, currently orbiting Earth. If you select your computer desk, you press F11. Okay. Verb 06 is used to read and display memory locations specified by the noun. Some of the nouns will display. Okay. pressing verb. 0, 6. Noun. 1, 8. Enter. Alright. Each of the numbers have 5 digits. The last 2 are used as a decimal part, so it reads 0, 2300. It means row will be 23.0 degrees. Okay? Noun 18 displays all should be an automatic vector, should be set to 0, 0, 0. Okay? For a list of verbs and nouns, you should read the value displayed. Let's learn how to change values by writing into the computer memory. Okay? Noun is 18 located in the banks. We wish to change the yaw value, namely R3 to 180. Use V23. So press verb 2, 3. Enter. R3 is now blank. I'm waiting for input. Start by plus. Enter the last digit. Okay. Maneuver to the altitude. Okay, since it's not aligned, we'll use ordeal to drive it to Orbital. Okay. Set the ordeal power above the left side window to Earth. Okay. Roger. Moving to orbit, right? Okay. L2 will now be driven in a retrograde direction. Includes the auto maneuvering lesson. Use this method. That's it. Okay. That was quicker than I thought it was going to be. But I mean, the only like long lesson was the first one that from what I've heard, and then the second one. Everything else is pretty much done. We just have this left to do, these two, which we could probably get done in this video as well, and then we can go and take the test in the next episode, and then we can get started on the other ones. So I'm kind of excited. I'm excited. We've pretty much learned all of Project Apollo. I might have to kind of go through and redo all this without recording, just so I can get a basic knowledge rundown of everything and all that fun stuff, but for the most part, we're pretty much done. I'm really excited. Here we are preparing that cockpit state one more time. Welcome to the atmospheric entry lesson. This is an involved lesson and will be the last one of the basics. Need to operate the command module. Start by separating again. Let's use the ordeal to get the local vertical reference. Ordeal to Earth. And yep, that. Use from the SPS burn in retrograde direction. Open mission pad. We'll use P30. Up the burn. Okay. Please note that this lesson will go through the basic section to land the process so involved. I think it's best to learn the major tasks needed first. Once you know those, you should be able to practice using the checklist and perform the correct procedures, but use the checklist as a reference throughout the lesson. First start 30 EO, start P30. Okay, when complete P30 should be EO 6 and 33. 3 registers will show timed ignition hours. Use verb 22 to set R2. Press Pro to continue. The computer will once again calculate for a bit. Look at comp activity light. When ready, P30 will display VO6 and 81. Okay, this is used to the amount of delta V burn in the vector format, allowing the burn to happen in a given direction. We wish to burn in the negative retrograde direction, so R3 needs to be set. The valve is already populated, but this valve is usually communicated by emission control before entry. Press Pro to accept the values. Okay. Okay. It's not displayed, and it shows the time to ignition is R2. Press Pro to accept. Okay, there should be a retrograde direction. Move this direction using V49E. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing anything or not, honestly, because there's nothing showing me that I'm supposed to be doing. Press Pro once again whenever the maneuver is complete. Okay. There is no Pro to press, that's the only bad part. So arm the SPS engine at this point. Okay. The countdown shows that it's 30 seconds left. The burn will register for blank. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. The engine will automatically stop when the burn is complete and the R2 should show 0 fraction below 0. Press Pro to continue the new Orbital display. Press Pro again to exit the program. Next, prepare for reentry. EMS also needs to be set up. Set VO to the 2500 VA's line as we perform an Earth orbit entry. Set the entry EMS 0.05 switch to up to ARM in the EMS. Then set the EMS mode to entry and keep it in standby. Finish program prepare for entry is P61, then an entry preparation program on the CMC. Run V37E61E to start the entry preparations. First input will be predicted latitude and longitude. Okay. I don't know where I'm supposed to be doing that at, but my best bet is it's on the computer. That's the worst part. I don't know where any of this stuff is. My best bet is it's supposed to be on this computer, but I don't see where any of these valves are saying this kind of crap. It doesn't really tell you much. Okay. Enabled. Something needs to be enabled, but I don't know what. Okay. SCS. Cool. Now set the ASM switch up to up. Okay, that's what I had. Awesome. Still doesn't really want to register key binding, so still doesn't really want to register key bindings from what I'm seeing. We'll just go pro on that since it doesn't want to register for me. Let me try from here. I know this probably won't work, but you never know. There we go. All I do is just switch out the seat I was in. Move that to... There we go. Press Pro on the computer. Done. Activates the entry DAP once display is predicted. Okay. Oh, right here maybe? Use the view selector to move out to the commander's window. The A line in the entire window 37. Okay. This the effective angle between the horizon and the x-axis of the spacecraft. Horizon should be within 5 degrees of this line. Press Pro to accept the data. I mean, it's not really showing anything though, that's the thing. That's a bad thing. It's not really showing much. Go to the SC cut to SCS as soon as when the entry guidance is complete. Insert the 2 ELS fuses. Go back to the commander seat. No. Arm, okay. There we go. It still is a pretty confusing ass game. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't mind that. Okay, well, what's next? Alright, guys. Well, for some reason, I think I honestly did something wrong. Because I can't do much. So I'm pretty sure I've done something wrong. As you see, it's flashing operation error. So I'm pretty sure I did something wrong in this scenario. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure to follow me on the social medias. All that fun stuff. And join that Discord server. And I will catch you guys later. Peace out, everyone.